Hey, this is Chris. Just an update from my planting trees in ground video. The lake is actually looking much better. Cottage Grove Lake is now at 79% capacity. And if you ever want to check that out in your local, you go to Willamette Teacup and then find the word Willamette, and it will show you the different reservoirs in the basin and what capacity they're at. So from 4% end of last year to 79%, I'm a happy camper. So this is Sasha. I don't think I've introduced Sasha yet. She's a blue Weimaraner. She's 7, and this might be her first time on a YouTube video. She's eating a little grass. Maybe the tummy might be upset a little bit today. Hi, Sasha. Sasha, are you a good girl? Sasha, hey, are you a good girl? Oh, yeah. Not now, Dad. My tummy is a little upset. So last video, I had a couple of trees that I had to take out and move because I want to get in here with the tractor, and I just decided I wanted more room away from the garden area. So I took one out of this spot and one out of this spot. That was a Robert's Golden Rainbow, and that was Iranian Candy. Iranian Candy ended up down here, and it is showing some nice signs right now. That's encouraging. And the Golden Rainbow ended up right here, and it looks happy as well. So those two are in. Everything else in the garden, I'll just do a quick overview. Long Diute looks incredible. That's LDA. Smith is starting to open up a tiny bit. Here's another one that looks incredible. Brown Sugar Crunch. It just, the cold weather doesn't seem to bother it. And some of the leaves, when they open up in this cold weather, it looks like they have a tiny tip damage. This one looks like it's not really affected that much. So I like that variety. I like the taste of it. I like the fact that it may be cold hardy. I like the fact that it's early enough to ripen main crop in ground in Oregon. It's a good fig. Honey plum looks good as well. Same kind of a thing. Looks great. And Black Zadar. Black Zadar is opening up as well. I see, let's see, two Breba. Not impressive. And this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Breba crop in ground in Oregon, but 1 or 2 or 3, not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for more like Desert King. Campaniere, you can see it's an early fig. Look at the growth, it's incredible. Red Lebanese Baca Valley, little tip damage on a couple of them. I'll just watch, and then what I'll do is I'll take the area when it comes out. Like you can see right here, that one's gonna come out. This stuff up here, not really sure. So whenever I find one bud pop and become significant, I'll just cut it off above that. But I'm not gonna be premature, because sometimes they look like they're gonna be dead and they'll bounce back. Okay, then we got Planera. Same kind of thing going on with Planera. Tip damage. It was super green, super green. And looks dead, but sometimes they'll pop open. Now here's one, the same kind of thing. Looks dead. If I can get in there. Not so easy. It's down a little bit lower. And you can see a tiny bit of green. Okay, now Sasha wants to be in the video, so maybe she got over being camera shy. This is what I'm up to today. This is LSU Tiger. And it was in a 15-gallon pot at the house. So has a little bit further head start than the other trees. But this is what I'm shooting for when I put a tree in ground. If I can get some actual girth on the base. I mean, this is my hand. I cannot get all the way around it. I have small hands, but still, that's nice and well lignified. So when you put a tree in like that with a developed root system that came out of 15-gallon or 10, I'm not sure, I think it was 15, you've got a really good chance that that's going to root in that year if you put it in the spring. Should root in nicely, and you probably won't have very much damage. Now, I've heard LSU Tiger is a fig that actually can handle the cold. I know it's fairly early ripening, early to mid, and it's delicious. When we had our fig tasting, 2020 fig tasting, this was right at the top. We all loved it. Very good, sweet fig. You can see what I did. I went in and made that square or rectangular hole like I did last time. I used the 2 buckets of material that I took out, the 2 10-gallon buckets, and when I created the berm, I used that for the berm. So I put in a whole bag of organic composted steer manure, some Cascade volcanic rock dust, a lot of bark pebbles, mix called Frugal Mix that's sold up in Eugene, and just kind of mixed it all together. So this tree I'm pretty happy with. I like the shape. I've got pretty good spacing on it. Like any tree, you don't want to grow your trees too close together, and you don't want to grow them where they have kind of wonky shapes. This is pretty nice. I've come up with this one. I treated it as a single stem tree. I came up about 18 inches and pinched and created those 3 scaffolds, and then you've got additional scaffolds that came out from that. But it takes some effort to get the tree and grow it from single stem. That doesn't just happen automatically. A lot of times you'll see multiple pieces starting, and it takes work to create a single stem. It's turned out to be really beautiful. It was sprinkling when I started this video. This is the next one that goes in. It's Texas Peach. So I just wanted to give everybody a little update. Garden's looking great. It's so easy to grow this time of year. Yostaberry looks wonderful. Garlic looks awesome. The peach has lost all its flowers and created leaves. We just put in some strawberries in with these peas, and my wife takes onions and runs onions on the outside of the beds, and that will prevent some of the ground pests from coming in as the onions grow, because they don't like the onions at all. Here's another berry a blueberry that I raised up. This is a Chandler. It was in a hole, if you remember. It's now raised up. I'm extending the berm. So the berm now goes from that corner just about half the way down the garden. I'm going to continue it all the way down eventually. Liberty blueberries look wonderful. I see peas over there. I see raspberry shortcake, berries. And this one, I don't remember the name of. All you true gardeners are gonna be shaking your head in disgust at this point that I don't remember the name of this. It's beautiful, opens up, has a beautiful red flower. You can see the radishes coming up through there. So far the garden's looking great, and just cut both fields. So they look nice and neat. Anyways, it's just a quick update from the lake. I think Sasha wants to be on again. It's like she's gone from paranoid to a diva in a matter of minutes. Sasha, are you a good girl? Where's that ball? Where's your ball? Where's your ball? Did you bring your ball down with you? Life without a ball. Very confusing. Take care, everybody.